you doing?
You good? Bucks?
Very happy day.
First thing I did when I got here was straight to work. Surely it's 20 minutes.
We had a
I was just watching it now.
The chair is really smart.
My chair?
So what was your name again? Nathan Ingham makes it, yeah.
He's got the easy name to remember.
I know, because when I was like, oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
There you go.
Hang on, I'll move my stuff out of your way. I'm a bit rusty, Donnie, so bear with me. Yeah.
Players will be, referees, and the commentary.
Whoa.
They're looking for the best.
Yeah. I know a couple of them.
We're trying different HDMI called
Yeah.
TV2.
Yeah.
He's just come back. He's cutting out with the other SDI cable. So
Bjorn just got back from a 5-week holiday, Liam reckons. He's like, so watch him struggle.
He'll come off the bench, he'll play 20 minutes and be the best player in the field. You know he will. He's just a good. Watching Joey looked like he was struggling now.
Well, yeah. Really?
A little bit.
I was just talking to the Beach Boys. They were like, oh, we're keen to see Ryan, you know, how he's on. And he's the second rower. I was like, I thought he moved past or something, but they said he just wanted to be in the forwards and not in the backs. I was like, but he's one of the best backs in the comp. They're like, yeah, watch him today. And I was like, okay.
Yeah, I saw him, mate.
and then
Yeah.
concerts from the headsets and do that.
Keeping it to him as well.
I need to practice my kicking.
We get you guys from your headsets and just do some audio tests.
Yeah. Thank you. Oh, I don't need this then, do I? Cam.
No, that's
Cam. Oh, sorry.
Thank you.
Don't need these.
Not really.
Angus Gordon.
FX mic if you want.
Tim Nasu.
This is going through the same. This one's going into this one. It's going through the same commentators. So.
I usually wear the I mean, I can change it, but I don't really want to do that.
I've got this and a little sleeve and I'm kicking.
Thanks, guys. Just reinforcing with that information about NRL. NP.com, they use all the page and information registration links. So please, once again, congratulations to the squads that have been named for the Royals programs. That pretty much wraps us up on behalf of NRL NP. Thank you everyone for being here today, supporting our junior championships. We've got one more. Land Christopher. Land Christopher. Better late than never. Alright, but most importantly guys, thank you so much for supporting our Territory Junior Championships. Greatly appreciated. We move now on to the most exciting part of the year, our local competitions, whether that's in Darwin, Catherine, Alice Springs or Go. We wish everyone a very, very safe trip home. And we look forward to seeing you again throughout the 2025 season. Thank you very much to our photographer. Thank you very much to Kenny in the competition and games room, our gamekeeper, timekeeper, scoreboard coordinator. Thank you very much, Ken. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, everybody.
Had been real humid up there too.
Probably like this today.
How are we doing? Sounds like we're struggling with our audio.
Oh.
Oh yeah, now I can hear things.
I can hear something in my ear.
Yeah.
I can't hear us though. Do we hear us? I can't remember.
You usually hear yourself.
Yeah.
You have a bit of an echo. When you press that button, I hear myself.
Yeah. be doing the women still. Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't even seen a draw for that. What's going on with that?
They haven't really.
So after that, so we get these 2 weeks and then a 3-week break.
Yeah, and then pretty
and then
much.
the women's will start after that. Okay.
But no, I'll be playing this year.
Yeah.
Back to Bunnies.
Looking forward to that.
It's a weird because I won't be playing here. We don't have a team. So half of us are going to North Beach, half going back to Willagee.
Where are you at?
Yeah. Huh?
Where are you?
I've been here my whole life.
Well, I'll be able to cheer for you now for the first time.
Oh, no pressure.
All right. Are we...
I'll follow your lead.
Well, g'day, ladies and gentlemen. It's game day. Rugby League is back in Western Australia. We've got a grand final rematch here at Blueforce Park between the North Beach Sea Eagles and the Fremantle Roosters. I'm Donnie Bell, joined by Macy Simpkins. Macy, good to be back.
It is good to be back, and it's always exciting when it's a grand final rematch to get us started for the season. How good? Absolutely.
It's a hot one too. It's about 34 degrees now, got as high as 38, 39 degrees earlier on today. It's a very, very warm start. I know they talk about warm in other places over east, but we do it properly over here in the west. And it's the Fremantle Roosters with first use of the ball. And that is the first run of 2025. We'll have a few names to get used to as Cameron tips that on. North Beach looking to muscle up here in their first set, and the ball's come free. Shane Gillum in the tackle, Kobe Iesi. Some big defence right there to start this game, Mace.
Definitely, and speaking of names, the first player from the Fremantle Roosters who took that ball in is actually a previous North Beach player, Ryan Woolley. We're used to seeing him on the outsides, but he's gone to the edge now, Donnie.
Absolutely, into the second row. It'll be interesting to see how he goes in that position, but a great attacking opportunity here for the North Beach side. It's Wallace at first receiver. He goes to the line underneath, goes with Gillett. Had the outside runner there, Mackenzie Martin. Always one of my favourite players, plays well above his weight. And now he has the second carry, and he shows how he plays above that weight there. Strong, hard to put down. Iesi at dummy half, goes to Fry. Dummies on the outside to no one in particular. He takes the tackle. Iesi at dummy half, throws a flat ball to Gillum. Gillum trying to spin his way over the line. And the Sea Eagles, they are not far away. They keep going to the left-hand side. Goes out to Miller. The ball hits the deck. They go back, clean it up. Coming back infield there is Hariri. Miller again steps off the right, puts a little grubber in behind. The Roosters fullback positioned well. Stays in the field of play, and they survive the first North Beach raid.
Great defence to keep them out. That was a really good attacking set from North Beach there.
It certainly was. They threw plenty at them. It wasn't like it was 5 hit-ups for a kick. They had a real crack, and Fremantle repelled them. But you won't want to do too much defence. You want to hold on to the ball in this heat. You want to make the other team tackle as often as you can. So Fremantle looking to get through their first set. Veteran Richie Hicks takes that one up towards the halfway line. Slow play the ball. Comes back, Talamaveo, got that one off the side of the boot, going over towards the sideline, but it's put down. It's picked up now, and the Roosters down the sideline, knocked down as well by Bailey Miller. Riley Bradley, the man that put the ball down. It was a bit of a shank, the kick. Came off the outside of the boot. It did create an opportunity for Nick Riggs. They almost ran away with it, but here's the first opportunity now for the Roosters. Solomon at dummy half, Tagakakabau with the first run. Good line speed right up in his face. There's Gillum. Now it's with Woolley. They'll be whispering some sweet nothings in his ear as he plays it inside the 20. Solomon to Tagakakabau at the back. Talamaveo spinning out of the tackle. There is Hicks. Hicks plays at centre field. About 10 out. Goes out to Tol Parkinson, and they're right up in the face there of Hignett. He's going nowhere. In fact, he's driven backwards almost to the 20-metre line. So now they look to reset. Here the Roosters with Beattie. On tackle 5. Solomon rolls it in behind. Miller, he went to play at it. He does in the end. Taps it over the dead ball line. A repeat set here coming for the Roosters.
It's actually interesting seeing this new Roosters spine. We've got no Edwards, no Butler, no Kerr. And we've got the likes of Hignett returning. He was hooker previously, and now he's been moved into the halves. What do you think of that, Donny?
Yeah, it's certainly a different looking attack. We're going to see how that develops as this game progresses. But you're right, a lot of that experience that has guided the Roosters to multiple grand finals and a couple of victorious ones has been taken out of this side here today. Of course, Butler will be playing, but with a busted shoulder, courtesy of Delane Edwards in a trial game, intra-club trial. As the Roosters back on the attack again with Solomon. Tagakakabau with the settler. Takes that forward. No one really in there with him. He'll play it about 5 metres out from the Sea Eagles line. Cameron, short tip on there to Hicks. The ball's come free and North Beach hold on. They look to counter-attack straight away. Here's a chance and they're into space here. Nairobi, his first involvement. Well, you said it was good defence down the other end, Mace. It was return of serve there from North Beach. Yeah,
definitely. And good run from Nairobi. It's first touch and actually first season in the Premiership grade here in WA, so that's exciting to see.
He's got a strong rugby union background, I believe.
He does. Yeah, definitely. He's a strong centre in that comp, and obviously moving to the centres here, it's exciting to see him transfer those skills.
Martin caught high by Riggs. Well, that was just a mismatch in height. Nick Riggs got down as low as he could, but still got Mackenzie Martin in the head.
Let's see what North Beach can do with this field positioning now here, Donny.
Martin, he's not perturbed. He takes the next hit up, although he's picked up and flung to the ground. Now Fry goes out to Hextall, dummies and goes. Hextall almost getting through, gets collared. He hits the deck. Iesi waits at dummy half. A long time there. Well, we've got Roosters player down. And referee Granger just showing some concern. Maybe Onosimo. Concerns over a knock that he's copped, although it looks like it might be some strapping going on the lower body, not so much a concussion test as I first thought it might have been.
See the water runners out there getting the boys their H2O in this weather.
Well, Granger seems satisfied now, and he's getting some strapping now across the top of the head. Well, this is giving the Roosters a nice little period to recover on their defensive line, as they try and repel the Sea Eagles again. And now we're back underway. Pass goes to Wallace. Wallace fires that across. Nowhere to go there for Gillett. That'll be a good battle there, Gillett and Puhila. Now the Sea Eagles just a couple of metres out, looking for first points for the 2025 season. Hextall goes out to Miller. Miller stepping back infield, back to Hextall, steps off the right. Solomon's got him around the bootlaces. Takakakabau over the top. They work the short side.
Ooh.
And again, the Roosters, they scramble across, they make the tackle, and that'll be the handover.
Great defensive effort there from the centre, Beattie, Fremantle's Roosters centre.
Well, both sides have had opportunities to score first points, but round one, pretty impressed with the defensive structure of both teams.
I think so too, especially in this weather as well.
You can certainly tell they put the work in the off-season, and it's all paying dividends right now. All that running up sand dunes. And do they still do that in pre-season training?
I don't actually know.
Yeah.
I know the West Tigers do.
It's certainly been a while since I've gone through a proper pre-season, but that was always one of my favourites. The Roosters get through this set. Comes back to Talamavayo. Puts the kick down, a spiral torpedo, and that's taken nicely by Bradley. He put one down earlier, so that'll be a bit of a confidence booster for him being able to take that one. Now North Beach up near halfway, and Bailey Miller stepping again, trying to find a way through the Roosters' defence. Wanted a penalty, doesn't get it. So now with Sparrow on the left edge. He's got the fresh perm. They work down that side again. Outside, inside to Hextall. Hextall beats the first before he's put down. Gillum goes to the line. Dummies on the outside.
That's it.
To Gulliver Brown and takes the tackle. Now it comes to Wallace. Wallace is going to bomb towards the corner. Riggs is tracking that one back. Bradley competing with him. That was a great contest for the ball, but well taken by Nick Riggs. He's tackled in goals, though, and it will be a goal line dropout.
Pinpoint kick there from Wallace to set up his winger and stop them in their try line there, Donny.
Certainly a measured kick from Jeremy Wallace. When you talk about the Roosters halves, the experience of Jeremy Wallace, I think, would be very reassuring for Coach Phil Duché.
It is, and great to see him back. Fingers crossed, no injuries this year, hey, Jez?
Well, they go the long drop out down to Hextall, and Gillum off the back fence. He's been strong to start this game, although the commentators curse. It's still real in 2025. As soon as I give him a rap, he comes up with the error. It looks like Hextall stayed down as well, so he's getting back into the defensive line, but he stayed down for a little while. We do have 20-minute quarters here today. It will be a 2-minute break at the 20-minute mark of each half, just to get some fluids out there. The Roosters up near halfway. Goes to Hicks. Hicks tips that out. They've gone to their bench already. That's Williams. Tuakana Williams with his first involvement. Wells Talamavayo tips it out to Hignett. Hignett, he gets underneath it, puts it up high. Another tough one. Ahuriri does well though. And players in front of the kicker, inside 10. Well, a handy penalty for the Sea Eagles to get them out of their own end.
Yeah, and also a bit of a water break, breathing break for them. It's been just back and forth all day, Donny. It's actually really a good Good start, isn't it?
Well, high quality for round one. Normally you expect round one to be a little bit scrappy, both teams trying to find their feet, and I tell you, they're in better form than the commentators.
They're finishing their sets, which is, you know, we'll try and do the same.
That's it. We're just warming into our work. But it's been a hot start from both teams. Still 0-0 here. The VSP Security scoreboard, the game day sponsor for the North Beach Sea Eagles. Just putting a hand in there, Woolley. Wallace sort of walked forward a little bit, so he's taken back to the mark to have a second go at playing the ball. As Gulliver Brown tips it on to Gillum. Those two, they've been working well together. A little bit of a leg pull. They get away with it. Miller goes to the line, takes them on. Bailey Miller towards the try line. Going to be hard to stop. He's just short on tackle 5. Foot will be forced to play it. Comes back to Wallace. Wallace dribbles it in behind. Mackenzie Martin chasing through. It hits the post and bounces kindly for Wells Talamavayo. And the Roosters, well, they're just scrambling to hold on to Bailey Miller at the moment.
Yeah, what an effort to get under that ball as well.
No penalties, no penalties.
He looked the man most likely to break this deadlock so far, Miller. But the Roosters doing their best to contain him. Richie Hicks, he's worked really hard in his first stint.
Get ready, Riley, get ready, Riley.
Comes to Hignett. Hignett to Williams. Williams, some good footwork at the line. Just left Shane Gillum clutching a little bit on tackle 5, though. The kick will come from inside the 40 from Solomon. Ahuriri's got a race back. I don't think it's quite got the bounce that he would have wanted there, Solomon. So he gets right back to the try line. There was some panicky moments on the North Beach bench about the fact it was inside the 40.
Good chase from Fremantle, managing to keep them where they are.
A solid shot there. There's some big bodies out in the middle. Hicks involved in the tackles. Riggs up against the sideline. The winger on Gillett makes the tackle. Another player that's worked really hard, Mackenzie Martin, put down onto his back. Woolley and Wells Talamavayo make the tackle. Miller, he's going to go for his own 40-20 from inside the 40. Got a good angle on it. It's angling towards the sideline and finds touch. I'm just trying to see whether that is inside the 20. I think it might be. It's always difficult to tell from this angle.
Well, maybe just bounced before it. Looks like it.
And Fremantle are being handed the ball, so it must be just outside the 20. Only just. That was almost pinpoint perfect from Bailey Miller. Now Cameron, met solidly by Aisi and Sparrow. Hignett goes across field. Picks up Beattie. Nowhere for him to go. The Roosters coming back towards the middle. Quick play of the ball. Solomon, a chance for him to take off. Goes to Hicks. Hignett. Hignett throws the intercept to Wallace. Wallace puts it down, though, and that'll be another set of 6 here coming for the Roosters. White picks up the spilled ball. People coming in from everywhere. I'm not sure exactly why. Gillett forces the error there from Marker, and it's going to be a penalty. Gillett not square at Marker. Went around the side. That's the ruling from the referee.
It's not too many penalties in this game, is there, Donny? That may be like the second or third of the whole first quarter.
Well, there's not too many stoppages at all. There's, I can't remember a scrum. There hasn't been many penalties. Ball in play for long periods of time. I think we're going to see some fatigue set in the longer this game goes. The second half could see a flood of points.
100%.
Solomon, he had a runner down the short side in white, but decides to take it himself. They go to the open side with Woolley. Out the back of Hicks, Wells Talamavayo goes out to Toa Parkinson, now Beattie. Beattie stepping off the right foot, flicks that one out. It's picked up by the Roosters winger. Be put down there. Tangaroa out on that far side wing. Now Needham standing in the tackle. On tackle 5. Well, it all comes down to the kick. Solomon at dummy half. Goes the crash play, trying to just barge their way over on the last play. And held up. That'll be a handover.
4 players there. North Beach had to get Williams down there.
Well, he's a big tank of a man. But just couldn't get the ball to the ground. Referee perfectly positioned. We remain 0-0. This has been a fascinating, absorbing round 1 clash. Taisi goes to Nairobi. Taisi has a little bit of an exploration out of dummy half. Jaden Solomon's reeled out of that tackle. He's on his haunches still. Hextall, he gets squashed. Absolutely hammered there in that tackle as Wallace goes straight down the middle with that kick. To Toll Parkinson, it was swirling around there. He did well, kept his feet moving, and Riggs with a good return. Now Hignett, he goes to Tangaroa, comes in to take some pressure off the big men. So it's the back 5 coming in for some work now, and now a penalty will help the Roosters. It was a good start to the set. All started with the catch from Totoa Parkinson.
Yeah, that
got him on the front foot.
A little bit as well there, Donny, so that was a great catch.
3 minutes! 3 minutes break!
Neither side wanting to give an inch. A penalty, though, to the Roosters gives them another attacking opportunity as Needham coming off the back fence. Don't waste me, he screams as he takes the ball forward. Now Woolley. Woolley goes to the line, dummied on the outside to Hicks, held the ball in one hand. That one's kicked away. Well, we're going to say a dropped ball. I can only assume he's dropped the ball before it was kicked away because it doesn't spew out like that by itself.
It's where we need a TMO, Donny. We need the bunker.
That's it. Captain's challenge. Wasn't a lot of complaints, though, from Woolley, but to his credit.
There's about 2 minutes left in this quarter, Donny.
Well, the Roosters, Jeremy Wallace helping the Roosters forwards count to 6. Eventually get the right number of people in the scrum. We're back underway. Gillum, he targets Solomon there. Solomon used his momentum to eventually get him to the ground, but stayed too long in the tackle, and I think that's fair enough. Gillum won that ruck, deserved a quick play the ball, and Solomon didn't allow it.
Bailey wanted that quick tap on that one. Bailey Miller.
Given the touch finder doesn't get a lot of territory, they would have loved the quick tap. It always confuses me as to when they allow it and when they don't allow it. It's just how they're feeling at the time. I'm not really sure, but Sparrow now taking it forward for the Seagulls, up over halfway. They've just withstood a little bit of pressure, and now they get to mount a little bit of their own, and Gillum gets absolutely hammered. That's a huge shot from Williams. Well, there's our first highlight reel play of 2025, and it's followed up by Gulliver Brown giving it. And now we've got that 20-minute breather, but a couple of absolute monster shots.
I forgot that. So I'm usually good at hiding my my reactions, but that one, I couldn't help it. That hurt me just watching. Jeez. What a hit, and what a way to finish that first quarter.
Well, that's what rugby league's all about. It's all about the reactions that it brings from us. It gets us all excited, and 20 minutes gone, and it's 0-0.
Yep, so we've got a 1 minute quick water break, and then they'll just go back to where the play the ball was. So you can hear the ref calling them already. Yeah,
from what I was told pre-game, there's not supposed to be any communication with the coaches. They've got to stay on the field during this 2-minute break as well. So they come right over to the sideline, trying to find any shade that they can. A reminder that it is, it's about 35 degrees out there in the middle. And this game's been played at a furious pace.
Yeah, like you said, it's that quality. These are two premiership winning teams. Not much room for error here, and their pre-season must have been obviously really good from both sides because, yeah, it's actually great footy to watch.
Absolutely. You're on NRL Pathways here. I'm Donnie Bell, joined by Macy Simpkin. The Cash Converters key game. I want to mention all our sponsors because the game day sponsor for the North Beach Seagulls, VSP Security. They're sponsoring the scoreboard, who hasn't had too much work to do so far. So, you know, hopefully we see some more points and VSP Security gets a couple more mentions. They're making their way back out onto the field. And it will be after the error from North Beach. I think it'll be a scrum for Fremantle. We get back underway.
Just saw Royden Gillett from North Beach just have a chat with the ref. Just keeping an eye on things throughout the game.
Well, this one's going to be a difficult one for the commentator to pick up. It's Brody Whitehead making his way out in jersey 15. There's actually two 16s, but he's got a little bit of tape on the 6 to try and turn it into a 5. I don't know that he's done much of a job.
I'll update my sheet.
Now White taking that hit up as we're back underway into this second quarter. It's 0-0 on the VSP Security scoreboard. A bit of extra work there from KGB on the ground on Richie Hicks. Slows the ball down successfully, but it doesn't stop Ryan Woolley picking up a good 15-metre carry. In the unfamiliar position in the second row. He's making a good fist of it, a good kick right down into a corner. Miller picks it up. He's pursued by one, he gets away from another, and this is a great kick return here from Miller. Well, he was right down into a corner. It was a perfect kick. The chase, though, from Fremantle a little staggered, and Bailey Miller loves that. And now a penalty to North Beach.
Doesn't agree with that one.
No. A little bit of argument there from the Roosters defenders. Not feeling like they did anything wrong, but a good touch finder. Puts the Seagulls into the Roosters' half. Gillett taps and goes. And all offside. See the reaction next to me from Macy Simpkin, noticing that they were all back about 5 metres when they got involved in that one.
That's what the lines are on the field for.
Just couldn't believe that they got involved in that. And now North Beach onto the front foot with Martin. Plays it back. And incorrect play the ball from Martin. And no sooner do they get an opportunity to attack that they hand it over.
That was a great attacking opportunity there as well, so he won't be happy with that one. We can see a few tired bodies there now, Donnie, with body language, hands on hips.
Absolutely. This is, well, we've seen a couple of errors. It's becoming more like we probably expect a round one contest to look like. So Roosters now try and bring it away from their own end with Hignett. Standing in the shadow. Run from dummy half from Beattie. Seagulls handle that pretty quickly. Another strong carry. Needham. Slow play the ball though. It's Hicks, they tip it on. Goes out to White. White beats a couple with the fend and then hits the deck. Wallace completes the tackle. They work down a short side with Riggs. Riggs takes on Wallace again, gets a piggyback. Nick Riggs told to go back to the mark to play it. Wells Talamaveo tries to kick the belly of the ball. Bailey Miller perched underneath it. He decides to allow it to bounce. I don't know, did that hit Miller? I think it's just bounced away from him, has it? So, stood in front of it, allowed it to bounce. I thought for a second maybe it had bounced into him and then into touch, but the ball just sat on its point.
You can see a familiar face on the field now, Donny, for the Fremantle Roosters. Beyond Crotty.
Yeah, good to see him back. And of course, only recently returned from a holiday, so we'll see what his fitness is like. I don't know how much of the pre-season he's seen.
Soon find out.
Well, you know, he's normally a million-mile-an-hour player. And there he is involved in that tackle. Easy trying to get away from him. Crotty just holds on to him. He was very slippery there, Kobe. And now Miller. He's been slippery throughout the opening 25 minutes or so. And again, they do just well enough to hold on to him. Wallace putting a kick down into a corner to Toll Parkinson, tracking that one back. Bounces away from him, though. He gets a bit of an awkward bounce. And then he beats 2 and 3. Well, we've seen that from... onto his back. Expecting it. He does his best with it. He gets the pass out to Toll Parkinson. Now Hignett with a bit of room in front of him. Comes across to Toa Parkinson, fires it out to Wells Talaveo. He puts the kick in. It's a good kick, well weighted. The chase is good, Crotty, and he gets back into the field of play there, Riley Bradley.
Great effort to get back into the player field. Field of play, you know what I meant.
Well, I tell you.
Shooting through, it's good to see. It's good to see him back.
Yeah, 100%. He's and the longer this half goes, as more fatigue starts to set in, you're just punching in behind the ruck, finding those tired big men, and there are some big men out there. Bailey Miller, he's gonna cut them open at some point. At the moment, the Roosters are doing just well enough.
They are.
Screaming with the players, the trainers, to get some water out there. And of course, the water runners, I mean, it's a big rule in Western Australia. It's enforced here more than anywhere else I've ever played in my life, is that the water runners aren't allowed on the field when there's a scrum. And so they're a little bit gun-shy about being called to come onto the field when there's a scrum being backed.
We did hear the players just asking the ref if that's okay. He even got a little water there too, referee.
Yeah, it is... it's one of the ones that the referees really do crack down on. They start yelling at trainers and sending them off if they come on during a scrum. But I think Weather like this, you allow a little bit more latitude, and you certainly don't want anyone going down because of dehydration. It's Riggs. He's had a fantastic game so far, Nick Riggs.
Strong carrier.
Now White, he punches in behind the ruck, targeting Wallace. Solomon wants a little scurry out of dummy half himself. Picks up Woolley. Woolley steps off the right. Caught high. He wanted to get up and keep going. It didn't bother him. Sparrow just creeping up with that one.
Do you take the 2, Donny? No.
Well, it doesn't seem to be going through the Roosters' brains. Although Wells Talamavao coming across is indicating that they do want to take the 2. I don't think Jaden Solomon was thinking 2 at all. But, Luke David Wells Talamavao, he says exactly that.
I think it's a smart idea, especially considering the weather. Get a full set of 6. Go back to your set plays. And just get some points on the board.
Get some points on the board. Well, I tell you what, I did not have penalty goal as my first scoring play for round 1. So,
what did you have?
Well,
a winger?
I would have thought there would have been a try of some sort. We don't see a lot of penalty goals full stop.
True.
West Australian Rugby League.
If we do, it's in the grand final to win the game.
Shout out to Carney Solomon. Steps up, knocks it over, and we've got our first points of 2025, and it's the Fremantle Roosters leading 2 points to 0 on the VSP Security scoreboard. I'll tell you one thing, Mace, after taking the option to take the 2 points, this set is really important. The last thing you want to do is hand over field position with an error in this set.
That's exactly right.
I know we talk about it a lot after a team scores a try, but I think after a penalty goal it might be even more important. And straight away the error. Well, that was a great kickoff, really. I mean, it was put into a position where there was nobody standing. Tangaroa just had to make a lot of territory to get to it, tried to take it on the full. If he let it bounce, they get the ball back anyway, so did his best.
Unlucky there, yeah. Great kick from, was it Miller? Yeah.
So North Beach down by 2. And a chance for them to go on the attack. Wallace at first receiver on the open side. Takes it himself. Well, he had a couple of options, and I don't know whether taking it yourself was the right one as Brendan White goes whack. Now Martin Collard gets underneath the tackle of Crotty. Easy waits. Goes to the middle. Buckley out to Hextall. Hextall. He runs the ball again and just gets picked up. There's not much of him, Riley Hextall.
Good hands.
And now Wallace fires a bullet out to Bradley. Bradley tries to duck underneath Nick Riggs, who's coming across. Is almost no doubt he got him high, but it's play on as Gillett goes from dummy half towards the try line. He's about 30 centimetres short. The ball along the deck and dived on. Well, it's Cameron that dives on the loose ball. He was ruled to have been onside. He must have got a lot quicker in the off-season, Austin Cameron.
Yeah, great effort from the big lock there. No one wanted it from North Beach.
Well, now the Roosters, they try and bring it out of their own end after surviving another chance for North Beach. And White, well, he tried to be a little bit too clever there. Roy Gillett goes whack, forces the error. And another chance for the Sea Eagles. Gillett tries to get away from Riggs. Back it goes to Wallace. Now they come in towards the middle of the field with Lawson. Buckley, short ball to Fry, ruled forward.
They're getting such good attacking opportunities there, Donny. They're just not executing.
No, they're not. I feel like Fremantle's defence is frustrating them. And they're trying to push passes and force passes. They're falling out of their structure, not trusting their system because it hasn't worked so far. So they're trying to do different things, and then that's bringing about the errors. We get to see that fantastic example of a rugby league scrum again. Here it is. Wasn't that a thing of beauty? Glad we got to see it twice. And a roll ball. Well, we've seen the crackdown on that in the NRL.
We have.
So often I hear referees say in the NRL WA, we're not the NRL, but they're following the same crackdown.
And we should. Simple play the balls.
It's a simple skill that's gone out of the game a little bit. Good to see it back. They open up both sides of the field here. They go to the left-hand side with Hextall. Hextall dummies the first. He's run the ball a lot, Riley Hextall.
Just about to say that, and he holds his own quite well against those bigger players.
Another chance for the Seagulls. Hextall again. This time he passes. Coming back infield. Nowhere to go for Hariri. Again, good defence from Fremantle. Whitehead straight and hard towards the line. The referee likes it, and he's going to point to the spot.
Finally.
Well, I'm pretty sure that's the man with tape on his jersey. Brody Whitehead just crashing over.
I was just about to say as well, Fremantle defence was awesome stopping that play just before he scored, so they did well.
Well, our first try of 2025. A barge over effort from the North Beach Seagulls, defending champions. Looks like one of the Fremantle players coming off here.
The winger, Tangaroa. Looks like he's holding his finger there, Donny. I'm not sure what's going on there.
Something's popped out. Hopefully they can just pop it back in and you can come back. Kobe Aisi with the goal kicking duties, not Jeremy Wallace. Kobe spent some time in the Melbourne Storm system. He's back in WA and he nails his first conversion. The Seagulls in front. They lead 6 points to 2 on the VSP security scoreboard. The Roosters now with a chance for them to respond, and the kick goes right up against the sideline, and Martin dives. He keeps his lucky he trimmed his toenails because that was all that kept him in the field to play there.
Was a close one. Yeah.
Again, the touch judge well positioned to make that call. Better than the touch judge in that 40-20 attempt in the NRL the other night.
Let's not talk about it. It was atrocious.
To go to the line, Sparrow up towards halfway. Flung around. He's facing the wrong way. He rights the ship. Now into the middle. Tip on plays, and Royden Gillett, just as it opened up in front of him, puts it down.
He just looked up there for a moment.
He looked up and saw open space for 40 metres. Was thinking about his post-try celebration. There's Woolley in the middle of the field, standing in the tackle. Comes back to Toll Parkinson to Hignett. A couple of tip-on plays there out to Cameron. That's Leighton Cameron in 14 out on the field. Short side play. Hignett rolls it in behind. It'll go into touch. I think he wanted that to stay in the field of play.
I'm quite impressed with the skill sets a lot of these forwards have from each team, Donny. The tip passes, they're getting their arms free. It's actually quite skillful, these forwards. Very impressed.
Yeah, you're right. There's certainly a changing mindset. You don't have too many that just straight up bash and barge simple roles. They've all got that link man capability. Just creates a little bit of space. If you've got a big man that can ball play, draws in defenders. Gives you multiple weapons. As that battle between Pahila and Gillett continues. That's one for the rugby league purists, that one. There's those two going hammer and tongs at each other. That one's knocked backwards by Sparrow. He goes back. He has a second attempt and knocked it backwards again. And on tackle 5. Miller, he's going to look the little short kick in behind. He gets a second kick. Coming forward to it. Miller puts a third kick on it. Toa Parkinson picks it up. Well, he just stuck out the mitt very casually and picks it up beautifully.
Bit of soccer skills there from Miller.
Nice set, boys.
Well, the two number ones, they're both fun to watch. As the halftime siren sounds, and not a moment too soon. These two teams, they will earn a break. It'll be interesting to see if they go into the sheds or they stay out on the field. But they'll certainly be seeking some shade, Macy. What a fascinating opening 40.
Definitely, and looking at the scoreboard, 6-2. Like you said, it's not a boring game. It's actually really good quality footy, both defensively and offensively. So it's exciting to see what this next 2 quarters will hold, Donny.
100% agree. We'll take a break from Blueforce Park, and we'll be back with the second half in about 10 minutes' time. G'day ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Blueforce Park. The second half of this round one clash in the Fuel to Go and Play Premiership. It's the North Beach Seagulls leading at the break 6 points to 2. We've had an absolutely enthralling, grinding first half, Macy. You're looking forward to the second?
Yeah, always. It's always a game of two halves, Donny, we know that. And it'll just be the team who wants it more at the end of the day. And
by that, is it something that you're expecting that maybe there's going to be a lot of points scored in this second half after a pretty dour first half?
I think so. We'll just look for those game breakers like you mentioned in that first half, but not quite sure who that will be. We've got players on each team who could be that player.
Certainly some quality out there. Most of the quality we've seen in the first half was defensively. Both teams obviously worked very hard on that part of their game. Lawson just told to go back to the mark. We've seen that a few times in the first half as well. Just the referee very aware of players sort of taking the markers out of play. Trying to prevent that from happening. A little outside inside there from Justin Buckley. Now Miller, oh, he almost steps through again. Jaden Solomon sliding across. Just held onto his shorts and wouldn't let go. Is that his third run in this first set of 6 from Keegan Lawson? He gets up to go again, but he wants to feel the pill in his hand. He's been told that wasn't quite the mark. Another 2 steps further. The kick comes from Wallace. Weighted underneath and taken well by Tungaloa, who's had that finger issue at the back end of the first half. Seems to have got that back in place. And a good run from Nick Riggs. Beattie. He's probably been one of the more likely players for Fremantle, I thought, in that first half. Eli Beattie. Do you think, Mace, they need to get more quality ball to him out on this right edge?
Yeah, even if I'd love to see Solomon take a few runs himself from half. He's a fast and skillful player, so see if the opportunity arises for him to start having a few runs.
Tell you what, the boot of Wells Talamaveo, he's put some pressure on, and this time it's the North Beach Seagulls that blink. Unable to take that one. I think there might have been one of his own teammates in his peripheral vision that might have put him off then.
Similar to the first half, it looks like great field positioning for Fremantle Roosters here. They can count again, Donny.
Yeah, that's absolutely.
Right.
Beattie's come in to join the scrum, so they're got to go open side now. Toa Parkinson going across field. Wells Talamaveo just trying to get himself into position. Solomon works down the blind side with White. Plays it back to Solomon. Solomon dummies to the open side, goes blind side. Puhila, the flick pass over the top, and well, I don't know whether that was on there from White. He saw an opportunity though and just couldn't execute.
Yeah, I think it was the right idea, that short side play. Like you said, just poor execution.
There's a little Hakeem Olajuwon hook shot from Brendan White.
Needs to learn how to do the Benji flick pass on those ones, Donny. I reckon that would have pulled off.
North Beach. Defensively, they've been outstanding so far, only giving up the penalty goal in the opening 40 minutes. And the Roosters have had their chances, and one thing that Coach Duchesne said at half-time, is we haven't been very good with the ball, and they're continuing that theme in the second half.
Yeah, great hit from centre Elijah Beattie there as well. He's been playing quite well this game, I think.
He's looked dangerous with ball in hand, and he's come up with a couple of good defensive plays as well. He reads the game well.
Once again, Donnie, this is 3 times now. Maybe they should practice that at the next training.
And the pass going over the shoulder there of White, and Pahila goes back, cleans it up and loses the ball. Well, both teams scrappy to start this second half.
It's about the 5th scrum within 5 minutes, Donnie.
Yeah, we barely had a scrum in the first half, and the second half, it's been all we've got to watch.
I think they just need to find their flow again leading into this second half.
Miller just takes on, uses his speed, tries to go between defenders, but any gap that he saw closed pretty quickly. Parkinson and Hignett. Lawson can't fault his work rate to start this second half. Looks down accusingly there at Ryan Woolley around his legs. Hextall goes up against the sideline, steps back infield. Now Sparrow. On tackle 5. A look to the kick. Wallace in position, calling for it. Puts it up high with the post to deal with. Toa Parkinson takes it well and will get the free run to the 20-metre line. Austin Cameron just didn't get back on side there. So prevented that quick 20-metre restart. And just a lack of awareness there from Austin Cameron.
Yeah, he's been working hard that whole first half as well.
Once again sent back to the mark, and Crotty tries to get the Roosters back on the front foot. Next play. Put onto his back a little bit more than I'm used to seeing Bjorn Crotty. Looks like he's coming off for a breather. It goes down to Miller. Miller looking to go around the chasers. He's done that successfully. They didn't chase out on that left-hand edge there, the Roosters. And Miller identified that immediately. Now Bradley. He's chopped down low, plays it back. He's played every minute out there so far. Buckley has been on the field, but he stayed at 9.
Got fresh legs on the field there, Donnie.
Gulliver Brown with the carry, and Benny Pahulu. Dummy to him, though, from Haisi. That little kick again from Miller. Wants a bounce, doesn't get it. Gets the second kick. Bailey Miller leading the race. Will he get there? He got taken out. That's a penalty try. I think that's a penalty try. He was leading the race. Warren Woolley took him out without the ball. The referee and touch judges, they'll come together.
We've got it.
And it looks like that is the decision. That will be a penalty try to Bailey Miller.
I think that was a good call by the referee and touch judge there. We know how fast Miller is. He most likely definitely would have been the player to that ball. Bit of friendly biff there with previous, I was about to say co-worker, teammate, Ryan Woolley.
Well, it's, I mean, it's always a hard one, a penalty try. That there was another Roosters player that was in the vicinity, but it's either a penalty try or Ryan Woolley's in the sin bin, which can sometimes be worse for the offending team.
Yeah, we don't often see a lot of penalty tries. Not that I'm aware of, anyway. Yeah.
No, it's not a regular occurrence at all. But my instinct straight away was that one had to be a penalty try.
He's doing really well at identifying the space behind the ruck, and the fullback, Parkinson, was so deep. So, yeah, great vision from Miller there.
Well, the kick from right in front is successful. And North Beach, they go out to a 12-2 lead on the VSP Security scoreboard. You're in the Cash Converters key game. Home side, they scored the last two. The Roosters now needing to find a response.
I'd really love to see some more attacking from Fremantle's halves and, like I said, hooker Jaden Solomon there. I know how skillful they are as players, and I feel like they just need to take charge of the game.
Yeah, I tend to agree with your assessment of Solomon. I think he's a very capable running 9, but he so infrequently runs. There's a couple of times where I think there's been an opportunity, he's taken a couple of steps out and then passes the ball off rather than taking advantage of that space in behind the ruck. And as a former half himself, very, very skillful player that can set up his outside man if he's got players pushing up with him.
Hands.
A good set here after point so far from the Sea Eagles. Hextall turns that one underneath. Again, finding his front. Well, Pahulu puts it down, and Woolley, he spilled it as well. You're going to say no advantage. First knock on from North Beach.
Great officiating in this game as well.
Yeah, well, that was something that we said pre-game as well. It's round one, not just for the players and also the referees and officials. So you expect everyone to be a little bit rusty, but I think Benny Granger's done a good job out there so far. Don't want to praise him too much. If I start praising him too much, then he'll have a howler, and then he'll blame me. So we'll keep it in check for now.
Yeah.
Solomon goes to Cameron. It's that leg lifted, and that'll be the penalty against Aisi.
Flush it, let's go, turn face, Brad, face, Brad, good.
They've been a lot more rigid on that rule, that if you're lifting the leg of the opposition player, they're going to call that dangerous position all the time. Now Beattie steps off the left, runs straight into Sparrow. The Roosters, well, you feel they must be next to score. Solomon works the short side. They try and barge their way over, and they do. They needed to be next to score, and they are. And it's the big tank.
You never want to breathe it, mate.
Goes across. And the Roosters, well, they're back in this one.
I think Williams definitely deserved that try. He's been playing great all first half, putting some hits on, doing some great runs, and gets rewarded with the try.
Well, they've tried to use him as a crash-over man in the middle of the field a couple of times and has come up just short. That time on a short side with a few less defenders around, he was always going to be difficult to stop. So he engages in a little bit of banter with the North Beach bench. He wants the camera to get him, but they're watching the shot at goal, so he missed out on his moment there. Beattie moves in. Wants it to hook back. I don't think it's hooking enough. It's waved away. So North Beach Just up by 6. It's 12 points to 6 on the VSB Security scoreboard. Fremantle's first try to Akana Williams. Crashing over.
Still a tight contest there, Donny. It's not like anyone's running away with it at the moment. Still a great comp.
Absolutely, and you know, it is going to come down to fitness and the preparation that these sides have done. It's going to be put to the test. It is trying conditions. It's been a fast pace out there. The ball's been in play for a lot of this game. Who's put in the most work in the pre-season? I think we'll get our answer. We can't be too far away from that third quarter break.
Does feel like it has gotten a bit cooler out there. It feels like it up here anyway.
Definitely a little easier conditions. A short kickoff from North Beach. Riggs charging in behind the ruck again, but good line speed, heavy contact. Gulliver, Brown and Gillett. Out the back to Tyle Parkinson, short ball to Cameron. He pushes away from Hextall. Stands in the tackle. There is Whitehead. And now is Beattie. Beattie stands, pushes away again from Hextall. Dummies on the outside, comes back inside. Beattie. Well, he beat them all twice. And the last tackle, slow play the ball. Comes back to Tyle Parkinson. Oh, I don't know whether the front man there, Richie Hicks, was the way to go. They hand that one over.
Got Wells, Solomon shaking his head out there, Donny. I think he wanted it out the back.
Now compounding that, the tap is taken by Miller. Williams hits the legs. Woolley tries to rip it from his grasp. And now Woolley hits the deck. Woolley looks like he might have caught the stray finger in the eye. Getting some Captain Insano references down on the sideline. Woolley making his way off the field, so maybe a little bit more than a finger in the eye. He looks a bit wobbly. Austin Cameron. I don't know that he got a big breather on the sideline, and I don't think he was expecting to come back into the game this soon, but he's got a job to do. He's back out into the middle, as is this man, Shane Gillum. He's been a powerhouse in his first stint. He'll look to bring the Seagulls home as Martin. He is hammered. And Tuakana Williams, he's been one of Fremantle's best, and he's playing up to the crowd. He's loving every minute of this.
I'm loving it. I'm loving it too.
Now Miller, Hextall, again dummies to the outside. He might take a while to form his combinations here, Riley Hextall. It breaks down, knock back, knock on eventually there from North Beach. It's all a little sloppy, and they'll hand it over on the last.
Yeah, both teams there weren't able to execute on their fifth plays. Not sure what's happening here, Donny. In their first half, they were executing all of their sets, and now they can barely finish them off.
Yeah, definitely fatigue starting to play a big role here. As is usually the case, it'll be the team that can settle the quickest, get back into their rhythm. And there's another man loving every minute, Richie Hicks. Now Cameron tipping that on to Beattie. Beattie again misses a couple, and then Sparrow comes again from behind and forces the error. Iesi one-on-one strip there from Hignett.
Smart play there.
Cameron shot up under the ball from Iesi, but Iesi might have come off second best. Reels out of it. Now it's Leighton Cameron after Austin. And a penalty.
Go, Kobe's off, let's go.
And that's for back chat. Not sure who exactly it was that he's pointed out there, the referee, but it was back chat from North Beach giving away the penalty.
I heard number 1 there. I think it was Miller.
Bailey Miller. Now the Roosters with Cameron. He's been good since he's got on late in Cameron. Plays it back to Solomon. Now Austin Cameron goes out to Tatoa Parkinson. Short ball to White.
Go now, straight away. Up. Thank you, mate. You're not going to be far off, mate.
Unfortunately, the pass called forward.
Hard luck.
Although I don't know that the North Beach players feel that it was all that unfortunate. So the scrum feed now. Riley Hextall. North Beach try and work it out of their own end with Royden Gillett. Quick play the ball. Gillum on the back of that. He's got the Seagulls rolling. They look to the short side. Goes to Martin. Steps off the right. He wears heavy contact as he does almost every time. A little bit of a twist in the leg there that he didn't like from Hicks. Fighting out of his weight class there. Martin, he is hobbling though. That kick goes through. Toa Parkinson seems to have it covered. And he beats the first man. Tries to beat another. And the tackle made by Gillett.
Great counter from the fullback there. Both fullbacks. It is a bit of a battle of the fullbacks today, isn't it, Donny?
It has been. They've both been entertaining to watch, making others miss. It was Tatoa Parkinson. It feels like he's done a really nice apprenticeship. He's sort of come up through the grades, spent a few years playing on the wing. Gulliver Brown's just hit the deck. No one near him. That's a non-contact. He's working to try and get himself. He's hopping around Callum Gulliver Brown. There's some concerns on the sideline for him. He's trying to run it out. Looks like he just rolled his ankle and fell over. Oh, Riri comes in for a carry.
Benny, push in. Go again, Benny, go again.
A little bit of a leg pull there. It's a kick from inside the 40, but it's straight down the middle. Tatoa Parkinson's got it covered.
Better chase there from North Beach.
White. You can feel the conditioning starting to become a big factor, Macy. There's a lot of walking bodies, hobbling bodies.
There is from both sides as well.
They're going to earn their first two competition points, whoever gets it. It's Williams. Williams again exploding, this time through the middle. An important tackle made there by Buckley and slows him down. Wells Talamavayo putting that one down into space. It sits up nicely for Huriri. He beats the first attempted tackle from Tangaroa. We've got an error. And that looks like it's going to be the third quarter, the end of the third quarter, the drinks break.
Like you said, Donny, just tired bodies all over. Players on the floor, hands on hips.
Well, I wonder if anybody's got the magic pickle juice, because they all look like they need some. Well, it's at 12 points to 6. The North Beach Sea Eagles in front. How important is the lead in this going into this last 20 minutes?
We always know it's good to have that advantage. We don't like to be the team that's chasing. But at the same time, you know, it gives that team motivation to try and get back ahead. I've just noticed as well, Woolly's still actually down with ice on his neck. It doesn't look like he might be returning to the field. And for North Beach, Kichi Ruby, the debutant, has rolled his ankle in his first game. So, yeah, they've got less subs to rotate through. So, yeah, we'll see how they go in this last 20, Donny.
War of attrition in round 1. It's probably not exactly what either side wants, but interesting the way the competition's structured this year, Mace. We've got the first two games, and then we've got basically a 3-week break for the first grade competition.
That's right. We've got the double header coming to Perth one of those weekends, which will be exciting. I know most people listening to this will be there, including me and you. Hey, Donny?
Absolutely. I'm going to Japan for 3 weeks, and I specifically changed the dates because of the double header. So I have to be there.
You'll have to tell me all about it. Maybe pick up some tips on where to go from Bjorn.
Yeah, my two boys, both South Sydney fans, so they're...
I like your boys.
They're looking forward to the game, hoping for a positive result.
As am I. All right, last 20, Donny.
20 minutes to go, and the Roosters behind by 6, but they'll have a scrum feed in perfect attacking position. Goes to Parkinson. Parkinson dummies on to the inside runner of White. They've gone through this setup a number of times. It's Cameron working down that same side, so they've worked a couple to the left. Now they come back towards the middle. Hicks hits and spins. Rolls around again to find his front. Solomon dives into dummy half. Fires it again out to the left. That's intercepted. Royden Gillett, he's off and gone. Here coming from the clouds comes Beattie. Beattie looks like he's going to get to him. Gillett, he's running out of gas. And Beattie comes and runs him down. Who's going to be able to get back in position now? It comes across on the bounce. Hextall off the leg, says the referee. Step past one. Got to get it to the outside. Ducking underneath goes Whitehead. And he's put down. The Roosters are still trying to get some players back on side after the Gillett intercept. Fry. He takes it forward. Fremantle offside. Inside the 10 and offside. You definitely can't take the quick tap there, Tommy.
Got Buckley there just settling it down, and he looks like he's going for the 2.
Well, cooler heads prevail. That'll give them the 8-point advantage, Mace.
What a read from Gillett. And what a chase from Beattie there, Donny. Great effort from the Freo Rooster centre.
He's got some speed. I know Royden's probably not quite as quick as he used to be, but... I
think if he had saw his winger on the outside, he probably could have drawn him past and got some points from there, but... oh well. Smart play here from Buckley calling the 2.
He just settled things down again, a guy showing his experience. Knowing that they're up by 6, an 8-point advantage might just be enough to break the spirit of the Fremantle Roosters. Not the cleanest of strikes from Justin Buckley, but it's worth the same amount of points.
Gets the job done.
So they're up 14 points to 6 on the VSP security scoreboard. Well, they're winning this game with their defence at the moment, North Beach. Both teams have been pretty exemplary in that area. Roosters with the kickoff. Goes down. Gulliver Brown. Fights to play the ball as quickly as he can. Benny Pahulu seems like a popular member of the Sea Eagles squad. I think it may be his first grade debut for Pahulu. He's played all last season in the Val Murphy Trophy reserve grade competition.
Gillum again, strong runs all game. He's probably been one of the most consistent in this game, Donny.
I won't disagree with you there at all. Parkinson picks that up in his in-goal. Looks to use some footwork, but it's a good chase from Buckley and Hextall. And Fremantle again, they've got players that are doing their best, just trying to get back on side. Some weary legs and 100 metres from where they want to be.
Another consistent player there with the ball, Hicks.
Yeah, the front rowers have been very impressive from both teams.
Work together, brothers, work!
Opposite numbers, the two 10s have done a great job. And here goes Hicks with his second carry of the set. We're into the last quarter of the game, and this big unit's having 2 carries in a set. Superhuman. Across to Miller. In the middle of the park. They stretch the Roosters' defence as Riggs gets hold of... Almost took him into touch, trying to use his physicality there against young Riley Bradley. Overrunning that one, Fry. Luckily, they didn't throw the pass to him. Goes out the back, but the ball does come free. It's come out. How's it come out? That's been pulled out by the Roosters. 2 in the tackle. He's on the mark, and he's away. Bailey Miller finds that space in behind. He picks up Buckley, who's pushed up with him. Buckley going towards the try line. He's put down. Flopping on there late, Tangaroa. Plays it back to Hextall. Hextall out of dummy half. He likes what he sees. Riley Hextall bounces over and scores what might be the match winner for North Beach.
Yeah, he deserves that try as well. Another player who's been consistent throughout this game, taking it up. He was more of a running half that first half of the game, and then finishes it off just by looking up, seeing the space, and getting over the line.
Yeah, I think his energy has been really good throughout this contest. You know, a guy very unassuming to look at. He doesn't look like he's a guy that would be playing first grade rugby league in Western Australia, but he's got plenty of heart, and he's shown that throughout this 80 minutes.
Doing well, as we mentioned, there were some big outs with Rogers last year from the North Beach Sea Eagles, and with Wallace and Hextall together, they're doing a great job.
Well, I don't know whether the referee's calling for the tee. I don't think Justin Buckley's screaming for them to get it to him as quickly as they can. Quite happy to take a bit of time off the clock. It is a reasonably important conversion attempt, though. Put them out by 14, and if they go out by 14, I think that is game over. At 12, I don't think it's over quite yet.
Yeah.
Buckley taking his time as you'd expect.
Is there a timer, Donny? Can you remind me? I can't remember.
Not officially. Well, let's hung that out to the left and waved away. So score at 18 points to 6 on the VSP Security scoreboard. Well, 2 converted tries will lock this up for Fremantle, but do they have the energy to get 2 converted tries, Mace?
Judging by the looks of the body language out there, Donnie, it doesn't look like it, but you never know.
Sean Crotty fires a little dribbler towards the sideline, difficult to clean up. And they throw it across to the middle for Lawson. It was a good solid shot. Cameron involved and Hicks. Hicks again makes that first contact, and Leighton Cameron finishing him off, the two markers. Continuing to work, it's Fry. Williams launches himself into that tackle. They're throwing everything they've got into this Fremantle. Effort certainly isn't going away. Comes to Miller. He goes high. That's going to hit the deck and be allowed to bounce, and Riggs comes forward, and I think he's knocked it on.
And who was the one chasing? It was, of course, Shane Gillam.
Well, that kick, it's a nightmare for the back three. He kicks the belly of the ball, it just floats around, a little bit of breeze, just makes it so hard to take. And then
Rule
you've
101, can't let it bounce, Donnie.
No, you can't. If you take it on the full, you take that out of the equation, but it sort of sat up. And then you've got 300 kilos of North Beach coming towards you. North Beach now looking for the put-away try. Trying the one-on-one strip there. Jaden Solomon doesn't come away with the ball. Martin told to go back and play it on the mark. Now Gillam. Gillam goes to the line. He's got Lawson on his outside, gives it to him. Lawson crashes over, slams it down, and the North Beach Sea Eagles will be victorious in round one.
Just effort there, Donnie. Like you said, it's who can play the full first and second half, and at North Beach just showing that's why they're the reigning premiers right now. It's awesome.
Well, a big part of that was a man whose name you've mentioned several times in this the back end of this game, in Shane Gillam. Just took it to the line, two big men running side by side, and another feature that you've recognised is the ball-playing ability of those big men, setting that try up for his fellow front rower.
100%. And with the players of the likes of Miller in your team, obviously you'd want to be practicing those ones so they can just run off those big forwards, bring in those defenders and then put them into space.
Well, it's been a strong hit out, the defending premiers. Looks like they're here to play again in 2025.
It's going to be an exciting comp this year. I'm really excited to see the likes of Willagee come into the Premiership.
Great to see the Bears back in. And the Bears brand, hopefully that might get a bit of a boost at some stage in the not too distant future.
I think so too. They've got their women's team back as well this year, which is exciting.
Buckley pilots that one over. North Beach, well, it's almost unfair to Fremantle, the score now. Blows this one out to 24 points to 6 on the VSP Security scoreboard. I don't think that this has been the type of game that deserves an 18-point margin, Mace.
Well, the way it started, you wouldn't think so, Donnie. Just run out of legs.
It's been a brutal battle for round one. They go the short kick-off, so...
Get it now, get it now, get it done now. Tell Fry straight away. Well, hang on, wait. Hey, Benny, just wait a sec. See how he is. Let him do this set first. Come back. Try scoring. Freedom to make mistakes.
The Roosters looking to give themselves something to play towards next week. Beattie, been one of the Roosters' best, going across field. Picks up White on the outside. Perched out on a wing is Riggs. Another player that if he got across, you'd say he deserved it. They work the short side. They go for another intercept. This time they don't come up with it. White gets it in his hands. It was the all or nothing play from Royden Gillett, and Brendan White dives over in the corner.
Nice. They'd like that finish. They didn't give up, you know.
It almost looked like we were going to see a replay there. Royden Gillett shooting out and thought about taking the intercept again. This time the pass was too good for him. Dive over for the second 4-pointer of the game and add a bit of respectability to the scoreboard.
I think another exciting thing about this game is that it is only round 1. We've got a whole season to go and a lot of improvements to make throughout the season, as we know. So, yeah.
It was the typical chat with the coaches before the kick-off was all the players that are away with FIFO duties. They'll be back next week, and you get the same stuff every week. But there's certainly a number of players that both teams are expecting back, and there's also a few imports that played in the reserve grade game for North Beach that could come into calculations. Played very well in that game earlier on today, as that one is waved away. That's 24 points to 10 on the VSP security scoreboard in favour of North Beach over Fremantle.
Just had some photo evidence of poor Ryan Willie's head, big egg on his head. Sees him out for the game. Hopefully he goes all right.
It certainly was a bit more than the poke in the eye that I called in the run. He's got a boil on his head by the look of that photo.
It's always one of those things to talk about when you go against your previous team. But no, he did well.
I think he's been pretty impressive. I was curious to see how he'd go playing in the forwards, but I think he went really well.
I think so too.
In the time he was out there, but he'll have a week to get that swelling down on the head. Come back next week. There's an error there from the Roosters. Knocked on by Needham.
North Beach getting around each other. Still feel like their energy's been very consistent throughout the game as well. The high energy and...
Well, it's blown up a little bit here. Crotty and Lawson going at it. Richie Hicks involved as well. I don't know whether the Dutch judge on that far side there reacted quickly enough to get into a position to actually see what was going on in that little scrap.
I don't even know what instigated that. I didn't even see.
No, I certainly didn't see anything that instigated it, but there was a few that were willing to trade and willing to throw a bit. I don't know that any punches landed, but it looked like there was a couple thrown from one from each side.
Referees just having their little chat.
I wouldn't be surprised if we finish 12 on 12 here.
Looks like it.
Crotty, Lawson, perhaps Hicks as well. Keegan Lawson, the first man called out. He's been sent. He's been sent off. So send off for Lawson. Now, was that a send off for Crotty as well? I'll look down at my sheet.
You're right there, Johnny, finishing the game with 12 on 12.
Well, I think that was, again, good officiating. They got the right two men.
I agree.
They were the two that were trading, and they've both been sat down for the remainder of this game. And North Beach get the penalty. Chance for them to put the cherry on top. You can't say it's been played without feeling. There's been plenty of it.
Wish more of it was happy like Williams.
Now Hextall goes out to Whitehead. Whitehead gets collared. That's high, I think. Penalty goes against Tangaroa.
He just gets sent as well.
I think he's just been sent off as well, Daniel Tangaroa.
Ref's just had enough.
That's a... Well, it was a high tackle. I don't think there was any real malice in the shot. The heat got to everyone. Tempers are frayed, and after the last melee, the referee was having none of it.
Don't think there's much time left either.
The referee may be figuring, if I've got to go to judiciary, I may as well make it worth my while.
Not the best way to end a game like this, Donny. We started out so well and happy.
It does sour it a little bit. That is 100% true. Another penalty goal attempt here for Buckley. And he's put that across the face. That's still live. The ball is live and knocked over the dead ball line by the Roosters. It'll be a goal line dropout. Well, a terrible penalty goal attempt from Buckley. He hasn't struck them well. He's usually a very good goal kicker.
Yeah. I have no words to that.
Did make the penalty goal attempt more entertaining. It looked like they're going short.
Great
Gets
save.
up, takes that well there, Whitehead. Now Gulliver Brown, stepping as he gets to the line, runs into Hicks. Hicks plays it back to Buckley. Now to Gillum. Gillum out the back to Wallace. Now Miller. Miller gets out of that tackle, puts a little kick in behind. Parkinson's got it covered. He'll tap it over the dead ball line, and that will finish round one with a 24 points to 10 win to the North Beach Sea Eagles.
I'm honestly quite, considering that despite the last part of the game, it was actually a really good first round, I think.
Yes, it's been a fantastic round one clash, but ultimately we've got the same result as the grand final. North Beach victorious, 24 points to 10, soured somewhat by a couple of send-offs right towards the end. Daniel Tangaroa, Bjorn Crotty for the Fremantle Roosters, and Keegan Lawson for North Beach, all being sent from the field late. I think he is clearly the man of the match up in the box, but we'll have to see what the players think a little bit later tonight at presentations. Thank you very much for joining us from Blueforce Park for this round one Fuel to Go and Play Premiership match. We'll sign off and we'll see you next week.